Hey everyone, welcome to Talk Tickers. We've got a big one for you today. BRP, the company behind Can-Am and Sea-Doo, just dropped a monster of a Q3 earnings report. And well, Wall Street definitely noticed. So let's jump right into the market's reaction.
So the market did not sleep on this one. The reaction was immediate and, frankly, huge. The stock shot up over 8% on massive volume, which tells you this wasn't just a small beat. It was a statement. We're going to unpack the numbers, the strategy, and what we're looking for heading into the next quarter.
All right, let's start with the headline numbers. This is what really lit the fuse on this rally.
Wow, an 8.5% pop in one day? That is a big deal. The stock gapped up right from the opening bell and just held on to those gains. That shows some serious conviction from investors.
And get this, the volume. We're not talking about a quiet little drift upwards here. We're talking nearly 7 times the normal amount of shares trading hands. That means the big institutional players, the big money, they were stepping in and buying with some serious force.
Okay, so this is it. This is the why behind that huge stock pop. The bottom line, normalized earnings per share came in at $1.59 Canadian. That absolutely crushed the consensus estimate of around $1.26. And on the top line, $2.25 billion in revenue, easily clearing the $2.08 billion Wall Street was looking for. Just a clean, powerful beat on both lines.
Look, a beat is great, but what really matters to analysts, and what should matter to you, is the quality of that beat. So let's dig into the why behind these numbers. What was the secret sauce this quarter?
So where did all this growth come from? Well, the real engine this quarter was their year-round products segment. You can see it makes up over half the business. This division, which includes those super popular off-road vehicles, saw revenues jump a massive 22% year over year. That's where the magic happened. And this right here, this slide tells a really powerful story about BRP's strength. The entire powersports industry, pretty much flat, no growth. But BRP's retail sales for their off-road vehicles were actually up. It might only be low single digits, but in a flat market, that means one thing. They are stealing market share from their competitors, plain and simple.
Okay, solid results are one thing, but you know what really gets Wall Street excited? Raised guidance. And that's exactly what we got. Management boosted their full-year forecast across the board. The big one is normalized earnings per share, now expected around $5, a huge jump from the old range. That's management telling you, hey, this momentum isn't a fluke.
And it's not just the top line that's looking good. Profitability is absolutely soaring. Gross margins expanded by 210 basis points. You know, that's 2.1 percentage points, which is huge. It means they're selling more expensive vehicles, getting better prices, and running their factories more efficiently. That's how you make more money on every single sale. Now, this next number, this might be the most underrated part of the whole report, but it's so important. Dealer inventory is down 17% from last year. This is just incredible discipline. It means their dealers aren't getting clogged up with old stuff, which means BRP doesn't have to offer crazy discounts like some of their rivals. It keeps the whole system healthy. And you don't have to take my word for it. The CEO, Jose Boisjoli, he summed it up perfectly. He said they've got lean inventory, an engaged dealer network, and a strong product lineup. You know, that's pretty much the trifecta for winning in this business. Okay, so that was the quarter, a fantastic quarter. But let's zoom out a bit. How does this all fit into the bigger picture for BRP? What's the multi-year story here? And you can see the market has absolutely been rewarding them for this execution. Over the last year, BRP's stock has returned 46%. That's more than double the return of the broader consumer sector. In a shaky market, this stock is a real winner. So if you're bullish on this stock long-term, your argument probably rests on these 4 key pillars. You've got their M28 plan, which is targeting a really ambitious $8 in earnings by fiscal 28. They're buying back their own stock, which is a huge sign of confidence. Their innovation pipeline is just humming along, and to top it all off, their balance sheet is rock solid. All right, this brings us to my favorite part, the next call. Where do we go from here? What's our prediction? So here's the billion-dollar question for anyone looking at this stock right now. Has the market fully priced in that long-term plan? That $8 earnings target? Or is there still more room to run as BRP keeps proving they can deliver? Okay, here it is, the official Talk Tickers call. For next quarter, we're calling for another beat. The same story, that ORV momentum is going to continue, and their inventory discipline is going to pay off. As for the stock price, we think it'll probably chop around a bit and consolidate these gains before starting its next grind higher. So we're officially slapping an outperform rating on the stock. Now for our outrageous but plausible trade idea. The play here could be using long-dated call options. The whole thesis is this. The market still kind of sees BRP as a cyclical company, one that just does well when the economy is good. But what if it's becoming a true compounder, a company that can grow consistently year after year? If that re-rating happens as they march toward that $8 EPS target, the stock's valuation could expand in a big way, and call options would give you a leveraged way to play that upside. And of course, we have to wrap up with our important disclaimer. And as always, just a reminder that this is not financial advice. Everything here on Talk Tickers is for informational and entertainment purposes only. Please do your own homework and always consult with a financial professional.